Ritu, welcome to moneyHOP Q&A session. So today we are talking
Good
about the
afternoon.
speaking module of IELTS exam. Every module is tough, but many students say that speaking is the most toughest. So what are the some common mistakes that students make while they are attending the speaking test?
First of all, good evening, Vishnu, and it's really great to be here and being acknowledged by you in terms of training and speaking modules. I'm Sharan. Basically, just like to introduce myself, and I have been into this field from long. So, answering your first question about speaking module, I believe it's not that demanding as it has become in the eye of students. So the common mistakes usually students have in their mind is like the first problem is they memorize it. They think that if they memorize the concept or the answers from website and speak in front of the examiner, it would really, you can say, get them good bands. But if I would say that's absolutely a wrong myth for students, because speaking is not English, you can say knowledge test. It is about you come up with your cooking story, show your skills, how confidently you can talk and communicate. So the second, having too much fancy words like vocabulary, they can bring out really great score. But that is something they are again wrong at. They should be more focusing on how fluently and how calmly they can come up with the words. Like if I am speaking and giving a speaking to any examiner, I know the synonyms like teacher, tutor, instructor. So I would say students should be using these such words which they are comfortable and they can use. The third mistake usually students make is they think that being too much, like you can say, formal and studious type will make their good impression. But it's not like that. They have to be relaxed. They have to speak confidently. What this is actually matters. And the fourth, usually the common mistake students make is that they think that if they speak, you can say for short, and they would not follow the particular parameters like fluency, coherence, or grammar. Like if they speak in particular tense, past tense, let's say, and that they have to speak in future, it won't affect the scores. It affects the scores. But the major issue students do is memorizing a lot. That I would like to address here at the moment.
You told about vocabulary. How important is vocabulary in communication? Like if I am from my perspective, like I have heard people telling that go for heavy words. And is that a good practice? Will that impress the examiner, or is it better to go with easy words, easy to follow words? So which works best? But if we use simple
Well,
words, the examiner would feel that our vocabulary is not good. So how would you tackle this situation?
Well, that's quite interesting question at the moment. The thing is, vocabulary, first of all, the meaning of vocabulary is not only heavy words or fancy words. In IELTS term, if an examiner is taking your interview, he or she will not get impressed by how heavy words you are coming up. Like it's very simple. If I am giving speaking to you at the moment or any of the examiner, I'm using some words like catastrophic or let's say diligent, and you don't know the usage. What is the impact? What is the usage of using those words which you are not comfortable and confident about while using in a sentence? So same thing here. Heavy words should be spoken, but if you know how to use effectively, if you are not sure, better to use the words you know. Let's say I am a student. I know that, okay, confident means being confident. I can talk. And let's say diligent. I know hardworking. If I can use this word smoothly, then go ahead. But impression by using very heavy words and idioms or phrases are not the only reason to get you score. There will be students, and there were many students who did this mistake by using heavy words, but they were not able to speak fluently because their facial expression made the examiner felt that they have memorized the words. It was not something they were using naturally. So heavy words are not the only parameter, and it won't. It's not a right way to impress. If I know that, let's say, in entertainment also means fun. It also means enjoyment. So if I know these words, why don't I use it? Just because I believe that, oh, I know these words, these are very common. But every student in the eye of examiner is a student, a candidate. So they should be giving the test on that basis. If you try to come on the, you can say, on the position of examiner, when they have to open their Oxford dictionary, oh, he or she used this word, but he or she didn't use right way in right sentence. So I would say vocabulary should not be considered heavy words. It means synonyms. Use trainer, use word tutor, use word teacher, where you will be gaining points from here only. So vocabulary means synonyms, not only fancy words. Yeah.
Now, you told about facial expression. So, body language comes into picture here. So, imagine a student doing or attending this IELTS exam for the first time. They will obviously be tensed. We cannot hide our tension beyond a limit.
Right.
Can you give
Right.
some tips to look confident while they are attending the IELTS exam?
Okay. So the simple and the absolute answer for being confident in terms of your body language is wear a smile on your face every time. Smile doesn't mean, okay, you are giving a like a all time, like having showing your teeth, right? Smile means it helps you to relax yourself. Confidence here does not mean you are trying to move your hands a lot or not even sitting still like that also. So first and foremost, if you really want to look confident, there should be a relaxation where you can sit like that, and or you can put hand like that or like that. But don't, the person should not rub hands and blink eyes. So confidence, and you are very right, as your question says, that there will be many students who are going to give the speaking first time. Again, before they go to the test, they are prepared by their trainers. And here, as a trainer, confidence speaks everything. You have to speak like you know everything. That's the first rule in speaking. You have to perform as you are the best. Let's say I am going to perform an event and I have to dance or I have to make a move where I have to show that, okay, I can do it. So if you have that feeling while giving speaking, of course, you can do it. The only thing is the body expression. When you are confused from like whether you have said right or you have used right grammar, there are students who make mistakes. They bring on their face such kind of nervousness, which makes the examiner feel that, oh, he or she is not sure. So in on that cases also, I recommend many students, particularly my students or anyone, that you have to be relaxed internally and externally and make the examiner and consider your examiner as your friend who is asking you questions and you just have to answer in that scenario. And the only thing a student can do is he or she has to make himself or herself feel that today I will perform my best, rest we will see. Mostly students are not confident because they are not sure like whether they are right or not. So when you are in front of any XYZ interviewer, first is the only thing is, okay, let me do it. I can. So wearing a smile and have that belief is very.
Most students extend answers. It's something that is brainwired into us. We do that in writing. When we write exams, somewhere we all believe that if we write long answers, like we'll get better score. Most students apply that in speaking. Even I do. I tend to over-explain things. So, is it good when it comes to speaking test? Because speaking test is a portion where everything counts. Even over-explaining can be wrong. It's critical out there. What's your take on this? How can a
Well,
student look natural?
okay. So if since there are three parts, right? And in terms of exaggeration of any point, so if I talk about part one, of course the answer should be to the point. For example, I'm asking you, which is your favorite color? Better to be on point. Explain why, what is your favorite color, and then you can explain reason. So there should be two sentences which are enough. But as far as your cue card, the second round is considered. Again, as you mentioned, over explanation should be natural and organized. That matters a lot in speaking. So there should be always an introduction, and there should be an explanation where you can cook story. But make sure that even if you are explaining or exaggerating, it should be on a coherent manner. I would say it should be like linked to each other. But in part three, no need to go over explanation. And that is a wrong myth that over exaggeration will get you bans. Even explanation is fine, but it should be organized. And I think over explanation should not be there. It should be like, okay, what it is important to bring in, bring it. Even in cue card, when some students speak, when they are speaking, they are explaining too much, which is not totally organized. Students lose points because they don't understand the aspect of organization when you come up and speak. But rather just keep running and speaking on it doesn't make sense in speaking test. So it's better to just speak where it is like till where it is required to speak. So I would like to explain one thing very important in round two, that is cue card. Usually, I recommend my students to speak by cooking a story of 5 W's and 1 H. So in that case, students will not come up to over explaining. So let's say what, where, when, why, who, and how. Whenever you are going for your cue card, please try to cook story. Never try to get in reality, because if you get into reality, you will try to remember facts and figures and stories. It won't be a story. You will try to remember realities. So first, you will not be able to be confident. Second, the confidence and the fluency goes down. And the third and very important, you will get unorganized in your speaking. So this is my strategy in second round, where I make my students to speak with the help of 5 W's and 1 H. So that does not lead to over explanation. If it comes to part three, there is a strategy which I use and I teach my students is PEEP, point, explain, example, point, closure. That can help you to be like in discursive manner and also be like in limited answers. You don't have to explain and over explain there also. So this is what I have to say on here.
That's some brilliant tip you gave. The next question
Thank
is
you.
also about tips. So, learning shouldn't be limited just to classroom. What we do outside of the classroom also matters. So, can you give some unconventional tips or a method that helps students to improve their speaking?
Oh, absolutely. Since I also believe in this ideology that if you are being in a classroom, you stick to one kind of a method, right? So unconventional or fun activities, which I make my students to do as well, and I would recommend all of my students as well. It would be first and foremost is read aloud. Even if you are at home, and since today is a technological era, you must be having some reading books or you can download some reading. And even it can be very basic, like stories. And try to read aloud. So you can listen and you can speak. So there are two skills which are involved here, speaking and listening skills. You are listening to your own speaking, which can help you to retell the story and you can record. So this is the first fun game I would recommend. And the second fun game is you can listen to music, let's say, and you can turn on the subtitles. So you can sing the song listening to the subtitles. That will help you in your English speaking, English skill, and that is fun also. The third activity which I would recommend, it is known as a jam. Jam means not a food, not the breakfast we have. Jam is just a minute. So this is the game which I ask my students to play at home. That, okay, pick one topic. Let's say market. So first, 30 seconds, make a spider diagram. What is spider diagram? Which I ask my students to do. Spider diagram, again, is 5 W's, 1 H. This 5 W's and 1 H really helps in IELTS exam. Any module, in speaking spatially. So just a minute. Jam is a game where you can come up with a topic, write down on your notebook, and just make keywords points in 30 seconds. And then turn on the stopwatch and speak for a minute. Whatever comes, don't worry about grammar, don't worry about fluency or organization. Just speak. No one is watching you. You are the one who is recording yourself. After this, stop the watch, write down more points other than what you already spoken. Then do the same thing 3 times, means total 3 times. That means just a minute. So 1, 1, 1. So these are the 3 actually fun activities which I recommend students to do. This can be, the third activity can be done in the classroom also, but sometimes it works out when you are out and sitting yourself. And fourth one that is really helpful, always whenever you are trying to speak, try to speak in front of mirror, because you are watching yourself, you are looking at yourself. You can see your body language, you can see your expression, laughing, smiling, or nervous. So even if I give you a topic of best friend, look at the mirror and talk for a minute. So these are some activities which students can use, and it does work out in very well. It just willingness needs to be there.
Incredible tips, incredible games, really interesting. I think a lot of students who is watching this video would try it out.
Right.
One thing from your end, the audience who are watching this video would love to know about you, would also want to know how to contact you, as you have a
Sure.
personal brand for teaching students about IELTS. So can you tell
Right.
about yourself?
Okay. So it's like an introduction of myself.
Yes, yes.
Okay. So hello everyone. I am Ritu Sharan, but you can address me as Sharan. And usually I have been training as a freelancer or with organization in my past as an IELTS, PTE, and other courses. It's been almost 8 years teaching to students. There have been many students who have really got good scores and they are at their destination now, and which is something a prouding moment for a teacher or trainer, since at this point when students are getting their desired score, what matters is their score, which brings out the respect and the earnings of a trainer in return. So yes, my experience teach me that students are actually the one whom we have to understand, not only in terms of what they are good at. The thing is that what they are not good at. So this is my key learning or key teaching, where I focus on this weakness, so I can give them a good kind of guidance, so they can boost up and they can get their, you can say, any skills upwards. So all in all, I can say that I am confident about my skills which I have been teaching so far, and I wish for myself that I will be doing this same work and same deed in coming future by helping students as well.
Thanks a lot, Sharan. It was an incredible session. Thank
My
you.
pleasure. It was really great to be on this platform with you, and I hope somewhere somehow it will help and bring out productivity to the students, whatever we had an insight on speaking today.